Jai Hind, dear students. From today, we are going to learn about next chapter, and we are starting practical aspects related to accountancy. So you have to get ready to learn how to record the transactions in the traditional form and in the modern form. In the traditional form, they recorded the transactions using accounting equation. Today, in the modern world, they are recording the transactions with the support of debit and credit rule, which was developed by famous peoples in the field of accountancy. So, first of all, we have to learn a small details regarding what is accounting transactions or business transactions. So every business transactions involve the exchange of economic consideration between two or more parties, and there will be at least two accounts, and you will get the detailed explanation regarding what are the two different accounts coming from each transaction. For each business transaction, the two different aspects or accounts will be different. Business transactions are usually evidenced by an appropriate document, such as it may be a cash memo, invoice, sales bill, pay-in slip, check, salary slip, etc. A document which provides evidence of the transaction is called the source document or a voucher, which is very important for the legal consideration also. So these are the documents we can consider as source document from which we are recording the business transactions. So please remember this introduction regarding business transactions. And in this chapter, we are going to record the business transactions with the support of accounting equation and also the debit credit rules of accounting. Very important area. So be patient and clarify each and every doubt by discussing with the teachers and also going through the video again and again. Okay. So we are going to learn what is accounting equation and how the peoples in the traditional accounting field or business world recorded the transactions with the support of the accounting equation. So very important thing, there lot of transactions are there, but the business peoples during the traditional times they used a simple accounting equation to record the business transactions. So yeah, we are going to learn what is that accounting equation, and also not only in the traditional times we have to remember one more thing. Now, at the present field, business field, they are using this equation for the preparation and the finding of financial position of the business. So, in the preparation of balance sheet, also we are using accounting equation. Asset is equal to liability plus capital is the accounting equation. So, the accounting equation signifies that the asset of a business are always asset of a business are always equal to the total of its liability and capital. Remember, asset is equal to capital plus liability, or we can say asset is equal to total liabilities. Total liability. The total liability include capital plus liability. You know very well, whatever it may be in the hands of the business that can be converted into cash, we can say asset. And a liability and capital. Please remember all these aspects. We are recording the transaction from the point of view of a business, not from the point of view of an owner. So remember, we are recording the business transaction by thinking, by viewing that, by imagining that they are the transactions related to the business firm. There, what is asset? Asset, whatever may be the property available in the hands of the business that can be converted into cash, maybe within 1 year or after 1 year. If it is within 1 year, we can say current asset. If it is possible only after 1 year, that is fixed asset or non-current asset. Remember that. And the liability of the business firm include current liability, non-current liability, and capital. Why the capital is a liability for the organization? Why the capital is a liability for the organization? Because that amount is paid by the owner to the firm. The capital is the amount invested by the owner to the firm in the business. You know very well why it is different. You may think that the amount of capital is both are same, is brought by the owner, because you will think that it's the property of the owner, it is the amount brought by the owner. You may think owner and the firm are same, isn't it? Don't think like that. You have to remember at this moment the business entity concept. In as per the business entity concept, owner and firm are two different entities, two different parties. So please remember, when the firm is winding up, when the firm is closing the business, the firm have to, artificial person is the firm. That artificial person have to repay the amount of capital to the natural person, owner. So please remember like that. So that in that way we can say the amount of capital must be repaid by the firm to the owner. So it is a liability for the firm. So current liability include, you know very well, amount paid, we have to pay to the creditors, bills payable, bank overdraft, bank loan. If it is repaying within 1 year, then we can say current liability. And if the bank loan and such amounts are repaid after 1 year, then we can say it is non-current liability. So please remember the accounting equation: total asset is equal to total liability, or we can say the total asset is equal to internal liability plus external liability. Internal liability in the sense amount of capital. Internal liability means the liability to be repaid for the internal parties of the organization. Internal party means the owner. So capital is the amount we have to repay. Maybe share capital, or share capital include equity share capital and preference share capital, like so. That we will learn in the higher classes. But here you have to remember the internal liability include amount to be repaid for the owners, that is capital. And external liability, whatever may be the amount collected from the external sources, especially the amount collected from bank or any other creditors, money lenders, that all are examples for external liability. That is why the equation total asset is equal to internal liability plus external liability. And the simple equation you can remember in your mind: asset is equal to capital plus liability. Total asset is equal to capital plus liability. My dear students, it's very important to remember this equation till the end of the second year of your commerce class. So please remember, asset is equal to liability plus capital, or we can say liability is equal to asset minus capital, or capital is equal to asset minus liability. Whatever it may be, the basic equation is asset is equal to liability plus capital of the firm. That shows it is assumed that the asset of the business is always equal to a total amount of liability and capital. So please remember the equation. We are going to solve one problem for the preparation of accounting equation and recording transactions using accounting equation. So at that time also, you have to remember these aspects. Every transaction involves two aspects or two accounts, and remember that account shows sometimes increasing aspect or decreasing aspect. Sometimes both the account will decrease or increase, like so. So it will be very clear by solving one problem. I am welcoming your attention for the solution of the problem related to recording of transaction using accounting equation. So we are going to solve the problem. Please take the paper and note, and no need to write the question. You can solve this problem. Also keep the scale to find out the solution. Also drawing the format. Everything should be as per the proper order and format. My dear students, in this problem, four transactions are there. Four different transactions are there. We have to analyze first what are the increasing and decreasing aspect in the each transaction, or what are the two different accounts in the different transactions. Then we will go to the preparation of accounting equation or recording of transaction using accounting equation. It's only for you. I am analyzing each transaction and what are the items, what are the two different aspects or accounts from each transaction, how we have to record using accounting equation. So first of all, we have to go to the first transaction. Harsha started business with cash 2 lakh. Harsha started business with cash 2 lakh. My dear students, please remember, every time when we are recording any transaction, please recall your memory that the transaction is recorded in the books of the firm, in the accounts of the firm, in the records of the firm, not in the records of the owner. So you have to think what is happening, what is the effect of each transaction for the business, what is the change happening for the business due to that particular transaction. So here, Harsha started a business with the cash rupees 2 lakh. Harsha started on business. So normally for that business, what is happening? What is happening when Harsha invests rupees 2 lakh as cash in that business? So the explanation for this transaction is that Harsha started a business with the cash 2 lakh. Started a business means she invested rupees 2 lakh in this business. So when we record this transaction, we have to find out the change happening for the business. Suppose suppose you are also starting on business, you are bringing rupees 2 lakh. Please think like that. Please take it is in a practical sense. You are starting on organization and you have invested rupees 2 lakh. You know very well the amount invested in the business is in the form of cash rupees 2 lakh. So what is happening for the business? Somebody is starting a business with rupees 2 lakh. Cash is coming to the organization. Cash is coming to the organization. That means for the firm, their cash increases. Cash increases. So one account is cash or one aspect is cash. What is happening for the firm? Cash for that firm is increasing. Cash for the firm is increasing. And also you learned very well the amount of money invested in the business is the another aspect. As per this transaction, Harsha started a business with the cash 2 lakh. Started a business with the cash means she had invested some amount of money in that business. So the amount invested in the business is known as capital. That amount of money invested in the business, not only money, any type of goods invested in the business, or the person used to start a business, maybe cash, furniture, machines, whatever it may be, that items and that cash totally known as capital. So the two accounts from these transactions are, one is cash, another one is capital. The two accounts we have to open and record from this transaction is, one is cash. What is happening for the business? Cash is coming to the organization and that cash invested in the business also increases. Business cash also invested, the cash invested in the business also increases. So cash increases, also the amount of money invested in the business increases. You know very well the term for investing money or any other thing in the business is known as, the initial investment made by the owner in the business is known as capital. So these are the two accounts we can find out from the transaction. Like this, you have to find out the two different accounts, may be thinking like that, what is happening for the business, whether any item increases or decreases. Here both are increasing, isn't it? Cash also there, capital also there. Cash increases, also capital for that firm increases. Whenever we are starting a business, when we think from the point of view of that business, cash for the firm increases, also capital for that firm increases. So in this way we have to analyze the next transaction. Please keep in your mind, it will never change. Whenever some transaction is like that, commence the business with the cash, started business with the cash, like so, begin the business with the cash, the two accounts will be cash and capital, because cash is coming to the organization and also the capital for the firm also increases. The next transaction is purchased goods from Naman for cash rupees 40,000. Purchased goods from Naman, that firm, Harsha's firm purchased goods from Naman for cash 40,000. So what is happening for the business? They paid cash. So normally they paid cash means cash for the firm decreases. Cash of the firm decreases. Please remember that rupees 40 from that firm decreases. And what is coming to the organization? Goods. Goods is coming to the organization. So the goods coming to the organization, we can use the term stock. Stock, already you know very well, the materials purchased by the organization, the opening for the production of the final product, we can say opening stock. Also there will be closing stock. Whatever may be the material purchased in the organization, goods purchased into the organization, we can use the term stock. So normally stock of the organization increases, but cash of that firm decreases. Please find out the two aspects. One is cash, another one is stock. What is happening for the cash? Cash of the firm is decreasing and stock of the firm is increasing. Means the number of products or goods purchased means the materials is coming to the organization and the cash is decreasing from the organization. So cash decreases, stock, the goods increases. So please remember, identify what is happening to the organization due to this transaction. Next one is sold goods to Banu costing rupees 10,000 for 12,000. So here also you have to use your critical thinking ability. Sold goods to Banu costing rupees 10,000 for 12,000. Actually, every business transaction involves two types: cash transaction and credit transaction. Here in this problem, nothing is mentioned about the payment of cash. So we have to find out the two different aspects. When we are selling the goods, already there is a quantity, a quantum of number of products purchased. From that products we are selling some quantity, and the value of that goods is 10,000. But when they are selling that product, they are getting 12,000. That means there is an excess amount of 2,000 coming to the organization. So normally they have to get 10,000, but they are getting 12,000. That means they are getting profit on sale of goods. So the two different accounts will be on stock. What is happening for the stock? It is decreasing. The number of goods from the firm is decreasing. And the next one is debtor. Why debtor? Why debtor? Because in this transaction, nothing is mentioned about payment of cash. It's only what sold goods to Banu. You have to differentiate the cash transaction and credit transaction through these problems. So this transaction is example for credit transaction because the debtor's name is there. Debtor is a person who is purchasing product on credit. So Banu is the person who purchased on credit. We can't use the names directly. In the traditional periods, they used the term debtor. Debtor is the term used to represent the person who is purchasing product on credit. So what is happening for the accounts? Debtor is an asset. You know very well, debtor is an asset, current asset. What is happening? Stock decreases, goods decreases, debtor increases. Debtor is an asset, debtor increases. Please note all these points. Also, we have to find out the profit because every time, whatever it may be the amount of profit coming to the organization, it will be added to the capital. It will be added to the capital. So, the debtor have to pay rupees 12,000, but value of stock decreased is 10,000. The firm is getting 2,000 as profit. So profit will be calculated like this: 12,000 minus 10,000. You will get the amount of profit 2,000. Suppose the value of goods sold is 10,000. Instead of 12,000, if they are getting 8,000, definitely there will be loss. And the loss amount is calculated how? The value 10,000 minus 8,000, we will get 2,000. That means that is loss. That amount is loss. Or we can write like this: 8,000 minus 10,000. Then we will get negative 2,000. And every time the amount of loss will be deducted from capital. But in this transaction, it indicates there is an amount of profit and it will be added to capital. Please remember that. And what about the last transaction? Bought furniture on credit. Bought furniture on credit. It directly indicates the transaction is credit for rupees 7,000. So what is coming to the organization? When we are purchasing goods, we noted it as stock because there is no name mentioned related to what goods purchased. But here in this transaction, it is clearly mentioning the name of item purchased. What is that? Furniture. So bought furniture. One account is related to furniture. And the transaction is a credit transaction. Again, it is a credit transaction. So please keep in your mind, it is a credit transaction. And when we are purchasing, bought means purchased. Purchasing product from one seller for credit. The seller's name, if it is not mentioned, we can say creditor. The person who is providing cash on credit or selling product on credit, we can say that person is creditor. So the two different accounts from these transactions are: one is furniture. So what is happening for the firm? Furniture is increasing and creditor, liability of the firm is increasing. Creditors are coming under current liability. So when we are purchasing, when the organization is purchasing furniture on credit, the firm's liability increases. So please remember, furniture amount increases in the firm, creditors liability of the firm also increases. So please remember, in this way, first of all, you have to find out. It is only a mental calculation, But for getting a clear-cut picture, I had given detailed explanation regarding the four transaction. Lot of transactions will be there. So at that time you have to find out the two different accounts from each transaction by thinking that what is happening for the firm, whether one item is increasing or decreasing. So please move to the preparation of accounting equation to record all these four transactions. So you have to draw one format. In this format, we have to record all that for transaction. And please remember, first column that includes transaction, items related to transaction. There we will write the whole transaction, four transactions that is available in the question. After that, we have to find out asset is equal to liability plus capital. Liability plus capital. Please remember, we have to record the asset is equal to liability plus capital. So whenever we are doing this, we have to keep in our mind all these things, what is happening for the firm. Okay, so asset includes the different items that can be identified from the transaction which comes under the category asset. When we categorize each transaction into two different accounts, there comes the cash account, stock account, debtors account, furniture account, also creditors account, capital account. So remember, asset is equal to liability plus capital. So we are going to record. So we have to create the format like this, and here you can bring on division, additional line for differentiating the total of cash plus stock plus debtors plus furniture is equal to the total of creditors plus capital, that you will learn in the next section. First, what we have to do, how to record the transaction. Harsha started a business with the cash rupees 2 lakh. That is the first transaction. So already we have analyzed, for the firm, cash increases, also capital increases. We have recorded the first transaction. So what is happening? Cash we have recorded in the cash account, means cash column, and also in the capital. Both are positive figures. Then we are totaling that value. That before recording the next transaction, we are totaling that value along with the whatever may be the next transaction. Sometimes if it is adding, we will add. If we have to deduct, we have to deduct from these values. So the now asset side includes 2 lakh, that is equal to liability plus capital 2 lakh. The next transaction is purchased goods from Naman for cash 40,000. Purchased goods from Naman for cash. So that indicates for cash means they paid cash. It indicates a cash transaction. All other two transactions are credited. Here it is very clear that it indicates purchased goods from Naman for cash, rupees 40,000. So when we are purchasing goods for cash, cash is decreasing. Please note here, it is minus. Cash is deducting from the firm's account. So it will be deducted from cash, 2 lakh minus 40,000. And what is increasing? The goods. Already we have told goods means stock. We will take it as stock. Stock is increasing. Plus indicates increase in the value. So nothing is happening for the capital. Only changes happening in the asset side. Cash decreasing. Cash is decreasing, and also stock increasing. If we find out the differences, 22 lakh minus 40,000, we will get 1 lakh 60,000. Here we will add the value of stock 40,000, 1,60,000 plus 40,000, we will get 2 lakh, that is equal to the liability plus capital 2 lakh. Nothing is here. We will record after only the recording of entry. Up to that time, no need to write anything here. Okay, in the furniture, actually it will open only when we record the next transaction. The third transaction is sold goods to Banu costing rupees 10,000 for 12,000. Sold goods. Sold goods to Banu. Actually, it is a credit transaction because it is not for cash. Sold goods to Banu. If it is mentioned like that, sold goods to Banu for cash costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000, we will take it as, we will treat as cash transaction. But it is not mentioned. So we can take sold goods to Banu costing 10,000 for rupees 12,000 as credit transaction. So sold goods means the value of stock is decreasing. So we can write minus 10,000. Value of goods is decreasing. And Banu is the person who is purchasing product on credit. From the firm, Banu purchases product for credit. So we can say Banu is a debtor for the firm. Banu is a debtor. Debtor comes under asset. Debtor comes under asset. Please remember that debtor comes under asset. So the value of debtor increases. Value of debtor increases. You know very well, debtors are current asset which can be converted into cash within 1 year. Debtors are current asset which can be converted into cash within 1 year. So the value of debtor is increasing rupees 12,000. So there is no change in cash because that transaction is credit transaction. We are taking over the 1,60,000. Here 40,000 minus 10,000, we will get the value 30,000. One more thing I would like to remember, there is a profit in the sale of asset because the value of goods is 10,000 but it is sold for 12,000. So there is a value of 2,000 as profit. Remember, whatever may be the amount of profit, it will be added. It will be added to the capital. If there is any loss, it will be deducted from capital. Please remember that we are adding this 2,000 with the capital. So remember that. And also, we have to record the last transaction. Before that, please find out the balances. Cash 1,60,000, stock 30,000, and debtors 12,000. Nothing is there in the furniture and creditors. And 2 lakh plus 2,000. We will get 2 lakh 2,000. We are going to record the last transaction. Bought furniture on credit 7,000. So credit transaction. There is no change in cash transaction, or nothing is losing from stock, or nothing is changing for the debtors. But furniture bought means the firm is getting furniture. So the amount of furniture in the firm's account is increasing. It is increasing. Also, the firm purchases that furniture for credit. It's on credit. So the amount of creditors also increasing. Creditors amount also increasing. So furniture increases, creditors amount because the liability, creditors are liability, current liability we can say, amount of current liability increases. There is no change for capital. So please find out the remaining amounts. For cash 1,60,000, for stock 30,000, debtors 12,000, furniture 7,000, creditors 7,000, capital 2,02,000. Dear students, please remember how to prepare and record the transactions using accounting equation. Then we have to check whether our accounting equation is right. We have recorded everything properly. That can be find out using the accounting equation. So we are getting the different values. Write the equation. Total asset is equal to capital plus liability. So on the asset side, cash 1,60,000, stock 30,000, and for the debtors 12,000, furniture 7,000. Creditors 7,000 on the liability side. On the capital value is 2 lakh 2,000. When we find out the total, 1 lakh 60 plus 30, 1 lakh 90. Again, we will add 12,000 plus 7,000, we will get 2 lakh 9,000. Also, 2 lakhs 2,000 plus 7,000, 2 lakh 9,000. This indicates the firm is in a good position because asset is equal to the capital plus liability. If the liability is more or the capital plus liability amount is more, that is not good for the business firm. That shows the bad condition, bad financial position of the firm. That is why we are finding out using accounting equation asset is equal to liability plus capital. I hope it is very clear for you from this problem. It's not much easy, but it will be very easy when you go through different problems from the textbook. Also, you have to practice by finding out the different aspects from each transaction. Also, you have to record using accounting equation. Have to keep in mind the format also. We are going to one more problem to get detailed idea regarding recording of transactions using accounting. Dear students, we are moving to next problem to develop our concepts regarding accounting equation. So here the transactions include Rohit has the following transaction, which includes commenced business with the cash on lakh 50,000, purchased machinery on credit rupees 40,000, purchased goods for cash 20,000, purchased car for personal use 80,000, paid to creditors in full settlement 38,000, sold goods for cash costing 5,000 for 4,500, paid rent rupees 1,000, commission received in cash rupees 2,000. So dear students, this time I am not going to give a detailed analysis of each transaction, but I will explain while solving the problem how the two different accounts are coming, what we have to do. So directly we are going to the solution. Here the first transaction is commenced business with the cash rupees 1,50,000. Already in the previous problem we have discussed, one person is starting or commencing on business. Normally the cash for the firm increases, also capital for the firm increases. Cash invested in the business is known as capital. So both are increasing. Next one, we are finding out the balances after that transaction. So there is on the asset side, cash have a balance of 1,50,000 and the capital have a balance of 1,50,000. Next is the transaction related to purchased machinery on credit for rupees 40,000. Credit, it's a credit transaction. So normally when the firm is purchasing transactions or products on credit, one account will be the creditor's account, and the transaction will include some items. Here it is machinery, and you know very well machinery is a fixed asset. That is why we have opened another account known as machinery account and added the value of purchased machinery, because 40,000 value for the machinery, that machinery is coming to the organization. So the number of machinery or the machinery is increasing in the organization. So we are adding. Also the firm have one liability for rupees 40,000 because this machinery was purchased on credit. So we are opening another item on the liability side, creditors account. Creditors account. Creditors means because it is a transaction of credit nature. and liability increases. Liability for the firm increases. Okay, so 40,000 increases. Please balance the books after recording the second transaction. No change for the cash 1,50,000 and the machinery value increases 40,000. Creditors value increases 40,000. No change for capital, still 1,50,000. What is the next transaction? Purchased goods. Purchased goods for cash. So it's very clear this transaction is cash transaction and for rupees 20,000. When the firm is purchasing goods, nothing is mentioned about the name of the goods. So we can open another account in the asset side, that is the stock account. Stock account. Why? Because the goods number of goods increasing in the organization, but cash is decreasing. Cash is decreasing because by paying cash rupees 20,000 they are purchasing the goods, so cash is decreasing, it will be deducted. Stock, the number of products or goods increases, so plus 20,000. After recording this transaction, please find out the remaining or the balances of each item, each account. Cash account includes 1,50,000 minus 20,000, so we will get 1,30,000. And for the stock, there is an increase 20,000. Machinery, no change, 40,000. Creditors also, there is no change, 40,000 balance. And for capital also, 1,50,000. Next transaction is something different. Please read it. Purchased car for personal use. Car purchased for personal use. Why we are recording this transaction in the firm's account? Because the owner had taken cash from the firm's account. Owner had taken the cash from the firm's account to purchase the car. So 80,000 is taken from the firm's account for purchasing the car. Actually, that amount is taken from the cash account. That indicates they had taken the amount from the capital also. Capital also. So please look at the recording of that transaction. Cash is decreasing. 80,000 will be deducted from cash minus 80,000. Also, you remember the value of capital will also decrease. Value of capital will also decrease. Please look at it, minus 80,000. Minus 80,000 because it is a form of drawings. It is a form of drawings. Whatever it may be, the owner taken from the firm for his personal use, maybe cash or goods. We can use the term drawings. But here we will deduct it from cash and capital. Please find out the remaining amount after adjusting the deduction from cash and capital. 1,30,000 minus 80,000, we will get 50,000. No change for stock, for machinery, and also for creditors. But there is a change in capital. 1,50,000 minus 80,000, we will get 70,000. I hope it is very clear for you. Any doubts, please comment on the comment box. Next is related to transaction paid to creditors in full settlement of 38,000. You know very well there is a liability for the creditors. You know, this is the liability we have to pay. Creditors have to, the firm have to pay for the creditors rupees 40,000. 40,000. But here we are settling that amount. Settling means we are paying the full liability with an amount 38,000. That means maybe the creditor told, dear friend, you have to pay me only 38,000. No need to pay the 40,000. You can settle my account by paying 38,000 for the liability costing 40,000. But you have to remember the liability we are settling for 40,000. So the total liability will be deducted. 40,000 liability will be deducted. But the firm have to pay only 38,000. I would like to repeat once again. In order to settle the creditor's account, we have to pay only 38,000. But the total liability will be reduced. After that, no need to pay any single amount. So we can settle his account, the creditor's account, by paying 38,000 from cash. So normally from cash it will be deducted. Also creditors 40,000 will be deducted. By one hidden concept is there. One hidden concept is there. We are getting a gain. We are getting a profit because 2,000 no need to pay. 2,000 is a form of profit. No need to pay 2,000 for the creditors by the firm. So we can consider that amount as profit, 2,000 as profit. And every time, whenever there is a profit or loss, if the firm is getting profit, it will be added to the capital. If it is loss, it will be deducted from capital. So here the firm is getting a 2,000 as profit, so it will be added to the firm's capital account 2,000. So please check the balance. 50,000 minus 38,000, we will get 12,000. No change for the stock account, no change for the machinery account, but there is nothing in the creditors because all the amount were settled. So 0, but there is a change in the capital account, 2,000 increased. So we will get the balance 70,000 plus 2,000, 72,000. I hope it is very clear. Next transaction is sold goods for cash. Sold goods for cash. So that means cash transaction for rupees costing rupees 5,000 for 4,500. That means the firm sold some quantity of goods having price 5,000, but the selling price the firm will get only 4,500. That indicates they sold the goods for loss. They sold the goods for loss. The cost of the actual cost of the good is the product is 5,000, but they sold it for 4,500. That means maybe they are providing any discount, whatever maybe they are getting a loss of rupees 500. So what we have to do? Whenever the firm is selling some product on cash, they are getting cash. But here they are getting, instead of the 5,000, they are getting only 4,500 because they sold the product on loss. And the quantity or the value of goods deducted from stock will be 5,000 because the cost of the goods is 5,000. So we have to deduct the cost of the goods or the stock from stock account minus 5,000. We have to add the value that the firm receives by selling the product 4,500 with the cash. And you know very well, whenever there is a loss, it will be deducted from capital. Please look at here. There is a 500 rupees deducted from capital because it is the loss while selling the product on loss less than the actual price of the product. So we will get the differences 12,000 plus 4,500, the balance 16,500, 15,000, 20,000 minus 5,000, 15,000 for stock, machinery 40,000, no change, no amount for creditors, 72,000 minus 500, 71,500. Next, we are recording transaction related to rent. Actually, rent is an expense. And here we are using the equation only including three items: asset, liability, and capital. So whatever it may be the expenses, you have to think like that. It will be deducted from cash of the firm. Also, it will be deducted from capital because when we take some amount from cash, firm's capital also decrease. That is the logic. When we take some amount for meeting expenses, the cash of the firm decreases automatically the amount of capital will also decrease. So please look at here, the amount paid for rent 1000 will be deducted from cash, also it will be deducted from capital, because the cash invested will contribute the capital. Whatever may be the decrease happening for cash related to this type of expenses, automatically there will be a decrease in the capital also. So after that, the difference in the accounts for cash 16,500 minus 1000, we will get 15,500. No change for stock, no change for the machinery, nothing is available in the creditors. 71,500 minus 1000, capital amount will decrease 70,500. Please look at the last transaction, just opposite for the expense. Commission received means income received rupees 2000. So whenever there is an expense, then it will be deducted from cash and capital. If there is an income, it will be added back to cash and capital. So we are adding that income received by the firm, commission 2000 to the cash and also 2000 to the capital. So we will get 72,500. 72,500. No need to show this value in the bracket. Actually, it is a mistake. When we show the value inside the bracket, that means negative. Actually, it is not a negative value. That 2000 is a positive figure. So I just included that bracket for plus to indicate it will be added. That is a typing mistake. Please forgive. So 70,500 plus 2000, it is 72,500. Here also 15,500 plus 2000, 17,500. No change for the value. Stock 15,000, machinery 40,000. So it's very clear from the equation. When we create the equation, we will get the value. What? We will get the value 17,500 plus 15 plus 40, 72,500. My dear students, in this way, in the traditional times, business transactions are recorded and find out the financial position. I hope it is very clear for you. If there is any doubts, please revise this video. Once again, please watch in full how to keep in your mind. Every transaction there will include minimum 2 accounts. Find out the accounts. Also, you have to find out whether that account is increasing or decreasing, and how to record, identify the nature of that account, whether it is an asset, liability, or capital. Please draw this format like this for recording the transactions in the form of accounting equation. So these are regarding the concept accounting equation. Hope this video is very useful for you. If you are interested to watch my more videos, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon for getting more updated videos. So thank you for watching this video. Any doubts you can comment in the comment box. Thank you.